Evening and welcome to Coffee Talk, the Sunday edition. This is number 221, not counting Taco Talks, which I had been doing separately, and I just said it's just going to be Coffee Talk. So I've been numbering all of my Coffee Talks, and this is Coffee Talk number 221. Sunday, May the 19th, 2024, and we have one more week of school. I get out Friday. The kids get out midday on Thursday. This coming week, I have to deal with all of the closing out of the school year. I have to submit grades. I have to submit conduct grades. I have to submit what's called, or I have to input what's called an IEP progress report for each of my kids for each subject that I teach them that I have to do. I figure the grades and conduct will probably take about a day, and the IEP progress reports will probably take about a day. Hello, KP Heathen and Idaho Garden Girl. Thank you both for being here. So I figure a couple of days this week I will be busy. My paras, the lady para that I have, primarily, she has been, hello Uncle Al, she's been working on boxing stuff up and storing stuff. We've got a couple of big closets, getting all the stuff onto, hello Verna, Vase Place. She's been working on trying to get that done. They're going to want to redo the floors. They're going to do painting. They're going to do a lot of things this summer. And normally the way they do it is they get they work one or two rooms at a time. They get everything, because my building's a smaller building. It's only got really four classrooms in it, and they work. They'll get the stuff out in the hallway, and then when they get the stuff out in the hallway, ka ka ta ta va tong. Hope I pronounced that right. Hello. Thank you for coming in. And they want everything out of the room when they do that. And I put in a request for them to paint the bathroom, and they're going to paint, sand and paint. I've got a wall of cabinets that they're going to sand and paint. It should be nice when they get it done. And I've got to take some of my stuff home. I'm not going to leave my printer. I've got a real nice Brother 3-in-1 printer that I brought up there because I didn't have a printer in the room, and the agreement I have with administration is they buy me the cartridges and we use my printer. So I'm going to take that home. And I've got a little refrigerator I need to take home. I've got a microwave I need to take home. My Keurig, need to take that home. It's a spare. I've got like 3 Keurigs, just the spare one. And got to take that home. You know, just things that I got to get out of the way. It's a pain in the butt, but it has to be done. And I keep my computer. I don't want anybody messing with my computer. It's a nice one. I think it's a relatively new one. Top of the line. And it's a PC. It's not a Mac. I'm not really a PC person. However, I've got a PC. I'm more comfortable with a Mac. When I bought my kid a computer, I bought her a Mac. Not chatting much as I am putting something together. Well, I understand, Mom, 4 boys. I run a playlist, gave people playtime. I looked at a lot of shorts, left comments in all of them, likes and comments. Looked at some videos, left likes and comments. I'm trying to give back. So many people trying to give back to. Juliana M. Art in Vogue. Welcome. So I did a community wall post today, or was it yesterday? No, I think it was today. I did a community wall post, and it was in a picture that Joseph Moore sent me after he had basically put out all the stuff that was in his box. And I took it and I put it up on my community wall. And then I also basically shouted out all the channels that were in last night, that were, that left comments last night, or up to that point today, I do that when I do community wall posts, and I post like either a picture of something that I value, that I recommend as a, as a prep, that I purchased or I have. Whenever I do that, I usually will post that, or I usually shout out 10 or 12 channels per post, And if it was one of these things where I had 30 different channels come in on my video or my live stream or whatever, then I probably would do 3 community wall posts. It'll be 3 different things that I would be, trying to put up. Hello, Melinda Elliott. And I appreciate all the people who have been supporting me and looking at my content. I put up 2 shorts. I put up a short of breakfast, and I put up a short of lunch. And I appreciate those of you who came in and left a like and a comment. Truly appreciate it. I am constantly sneezing and coughing. I don't know. I think my immunity system's down. I haven't been drinking any orange juice. I probably need to drink some orange juice. Every day I take 6 different medications for different things, from cholesterol to blood sugar. I take a 500 milligram metformin. I take a couple of blood pressure medications. I take a anti-inflammatory for my arthritis, and I take a water pill to part of that blood pressure thing. And I'll be happy when this upcoming week is over. So today, my boss called me. There's a field trip tomorrow, and I've got 3 6th graders, and 2 of them are in good standing. They're going to get to go on the field trip. This other kid, he's been giving me hell, and he was suspended, so he's not going to get to go. And I'm sure he's going to raise Cain about the fact, or his parents going to raise Cain about the fact that these other kids got to go and he didn't get to go on the field trip. And you can't take kids that are unruly and that can't behave. They're going to the Texas State Aquarium tomorrow down in Corpus, and they got a 2-hour bus drive each way, and you can't take somebody who's going to potentially be a danger type thing. And you can't do that. So, but my other 2 kids will enjoy it. Hello, Black Widow. I did a restart. I don't know what to tell you. Technology. Yeah, I'm back. Technology is just. Yeah, that's crazy. It is. Well, 5 of you in the house. Appreciate you guys being here. Guess who's buying new equipment? I'm just waiting for summer. Waiting for the summer. I either have to order, or I have to go to like either San Antonio or Houston because I don't have an Apple store that I can get computers here in Victoria. Well, there is a best buy, but I'd rather go to an Apple store where I can get them to set things up for me and do everything that needs to be done, and all that good stuff, and make sure that I'm able to use my YouTube and I'm set up so I can live stream with it and everything. I need to. I'm gonna have to. Yes, Uncle Al, he's back. It's like a bad pity. Oh Lord. I tell you. So, like I said earlier, I was talking about my boss called me about a field trip tomorrow, and 2 of my 3 students are going to be able to go, and I'm going to have to keep the one that's a real problem. Got 3.5 more days, and one of my paraprofessionals is going to go on the trip. And they're going to provide me with another paraprofessional to be in the room, and then my male paraprofessional will be there, and he normally works with this problem student, so hopefully he won't be out tomorrow, because that will be hell if he's out tomorrow. Well, Dell is okay. When I was special ed director down in Corpus, I would buy Dell computers, and then I would buy HP printers. And it is what it is. So, as I was saying, I've done 2 shorts today. I did I've done a couple of community wall posts the last couple of days. One today, Joseph Moore sent me an image of all the stuff in his box that I'd sent him, picture of him, good-looking young man, and I used that on the community wall, and I advertised that I was doing a live stream tonight, and then I shouted out 16, 17 people who were here last night, and I will try to do another shout out this evening. Had 12 people come in this evening so far that I could identify. Funny thing is, when I got my snapshot last night, I had like, I don't know, like I said, I had 17, 18 people who had come in to my live stream, but my snapshot said it had 60 views. So there were a lot of lurkers that came through. And I've got a couple of friends who are lurkers. They don't. Rarely do they identify themselves. They're, But then if I talk to them, they could tell me what happened in the stream, or what they, so, did something happen to your stream, cut you short? I was looking at your live stream, and all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, I had an issue, and I had an issue. Yeah, I replay a lot of your stuff, Black Widow. You haven't been putting out much lately. What I'll have to do is I'll have to start using my backup channel and playing your stuff, because you'll get credit for it. So if I use my other channel, I can go back and run something that I had previously run, and it will give you the watch time, and it'll give you the like for as far as that goes. So if you see something that says Taco Talk, that's my backup channel. And I'll start trying to do that for some of you. Like Melinda Elliott's another one. She doesn't put out that much, and I try to give her watch time on her longer stuff. So I try to do the lives. So like today, I played like a 20-minute and a 30-minute, I think, and I had to go back a ways. If you look at the when you did those, and if you look, Today, we're talking like a couple, might have went a couple of months back to find them. Something that I had not viewed on my channel. You were told that that doesn't matter. I don't know. I can't keep straight what matters and what doesn't matter. I got a notification. They want me to do an update on YouTube's got an update, which I haven't updated. They want me to run an update, and then it says now that I can pin comments during a live stream. I can pin a comment during a live stream. And I thought, well, that's cool. One of these days I'll figure out how to do it, and I'll do it, you know. I hadn't been pinning comments lately, but I mean, I pin comments, but it's been a while. Like the primo comment or whatever, the comment from the person that like you dedicated something to, and they made a comment and you pinned their comment. I hadn't done that in a while. I do, you know, my stuff, what I do. Don't worry about it, Melinda. You know, your lives are like my lives. You basically get what you get. I mean, you talk, you know. And I like driving videos like you do. Like you'll do a live while you're driving. You say, well, I'm going to work, you know, it's take 30 minutes, you know, so it's going to be a 30-minute, you know, until I get there. And that's cool. That's cool. And you must be doing something right, because your channel's twice the size of mine just about. So, you know, that's just something for you, lady. But you're blessed. I mean, I don't have any grandchildren. I've got 2 daughters from 2 marriages, real close with the one from my wife, and we're real close. She just got her master's in December. But you know, she's not married, and she's not going to get married for a while until she gets her license and gets straightened out. Trying out the AI system. You know, I won't tell you who told me this, but you could probably guess. Well, I run the AI algorithm on your live stream, and it said like 5 things. Let's see if I can remember what some of the things that I was told it said. It said about religious content. I don't think it likes religious content. It said political content. I think it said something about preparedness or prepping. And the other one I think was questionable or inappropriate, or I forget the words that I was told. I'm just going by what I was told. It's something to the effect of negative, you know, not, you know, because I've commented that occasionally somebody tells me that they received a content warning or some such, you know, for my content. Not everybody does, but some people do. And it's just like, well, you know, it's me, you know. I do it. It's not for kids. I do it for adults, and mainly the thing is because every once in a while somebody lets out an expletive, and it might be me or it might be somebody else. So I don't do it for kids. I oftentimes, if I, you know, after I've gone through it, I'll go back and I'll reset it to like, no, don't restrict it. But it starts out restricted, and then if there's nothing controversial in it, then I'll go back and I'll say, okay, unrestricted. So you know, whoever wants to watch it can watch it. You don't like anything, but I hear you, Holly. We're similar in age. The internet came out. I got my last degree in '95. I had all my certifications and all my everything, my license and everything, and I got my last degree in '95. And well, I'll tell you, I probably couldn't change spark plugs, so you got me beat on that one, lady. Hey, Kaka, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. If y'all are not connected, please connect to Kaka. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Comedy. Well, I've got labels coffee talk. You know, you want me to say coffee talk comedy? You know, yeah, I got a letter. I get most of the mail, and my wife's got some health issues, so a letter came in from her doctor's office. It said in March there had been some sort of breach in her medical information. I guess it was everybody's medical information, but you know, they're sending out this letter to everybody. They said they're monitoring it and that nothing untoward has been done with it yet. But there was some sort of computer hack or computer breach. I've had the same damn thing. You know, I've had Blue Cross Blue Shield send me something similar. I mean, these hackers go in and they take whatever they want. They have access to whatever they want. You can say that there's, I mean, I have to, every month at the beginning of the month, I have to, view several little short computer, you know, little videos about different, like what's split phishing, what's splishing, what's, you know, what to do, what not to do. Like if you find a thumb drive, don't put it in your computer because there might be something on it. You know, you gotta live in fear of everything these days. And Joseph Moore, thank you for coming in, Joseph. Good to have you in the house. I was working a little bit on my budget books and such. Gonna have to start putting out for my daughter's student loans repayment plan. You gotta do it within 6 months. So sometimes in the next month I've got to get that going. And right now, depending on when the loan was taken out, it's at different interest rates. The last couple of them are like at 7%. Some of them are like 4.5%. And you know, it is what it is. But I'm just taking things one day at a time. I shore up and I prep, I remodel, I repair, I pay to have stuff done. I'm going to have the eaves, overhangs. I've got a four-sided brick home, but you know, all my eaves and overhangs, the soffits underneath and all the board around, you know, all that's wood, so I'm going to have that sanded and painted. I've had some rotted wood replaced already. I'm going to have that sanded and painted this summer. I've got a big tree out in the front yard that's dying, that's rotting. I'm going to have that taken down because it'll be a safety issue. We had high winds this week, and a tree across a big limb on a tree across the street broke. Huge limb. If somebody had been under it, it'd have hurt them. But so I'm gonna take down a tree this summer. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do. I need to get a real good inventory on what I have. Got to get a real good inventory on what I have and reorganize. And then I've got to really work on things that holes I got to plug when it comes to prepping. And but I was advised by a mentor of mine, not mentioning names, to stick to the script of prepping. Don't talk about other things. Well, you know, my response was, I talk about what comes up. You know, yesterday somebody said something about something. We talked about it a little bit. You come in, you want to talk about something other, we'll talk about it. After the live stream was over, I was contacted by one of the people in the stream that I communicate with and that follows me, and wanted to talk a little bit, personal stuff. So we talked, you know, and I can advise people to a certain extent based upon my knowledge in certain issues. A lot of people contact me when it comes to education. It comes to, dealing with students who have disabilities or handicaps or discipline issues, or they'll talk to me about, I used to be real good on dual credit in early college. I really had a passion for that, and getting kids started in college when they were a junior or a senior so that they graduate with some college hours. My daughter, who I was her principal, she graduated with 30 college hours. She basically had her freshman year of college out of the way, and some of those classes were sophomore class, because with dual credit, your junior year, you can take freshman English, and usually it's a semester of grammar and a semester of American literature. Your sophomore year, you take a second semester of grammar and you take a semester of British literature. And that's basically your freshman and sophomore English. And usually for most degrees, if it's not English related, most degrees just require you to take 2 years of college English. So you can, as a high school student with good grades and good test scores and such, you can get into an early program where you get dual credit. So you're getting credit for high school and getting credit for college. So, kids can go and they can get ahead. And some will take algebra. My daughter got her U.S. history. She took U.S. history dual credit her junior year, and she got credit for college. So she got that. She hates history. She hates history, and she took government economics, and you got to take that in college. She got that out of the way, and she had 30 hours. I don't remember all that stuff, but I have a passion for that type of stuff, education, dual credit, and career education. The way they do it in Europe, and I guess I'm off script, but I'm off script, and if YouTube doesn't like that I'm off script, then but in Europe, you get to be you're a teenager, and you take a test. Either you're on an academic route where you're going to go to college, or you're on a career route where you're going to go to a vocational, career program, and you will graduate with some sort of skills that are career related, whether it's plumbing or electrical or construction or culinary arts, cooking and such. Different types of careers. Cosmetology, being able to do hair, you have to have a license for that. So they got different programs. They've got computer programs where you can get a certification in a computer application like Microsoft, or some of these computer programs. You can go and you can pass a test. You got to go take a test, pass the test that proves you're able to utilize, and you'll actually get credit towards not only do you get a license, on the software, the certification, but you are also able to get some college credit out of it. If you're going to like a career, like a junior college, a career college or whatever, like a career technology program. Um, they do that. We do that here, but they do that over there where they mandate it. You know, they mandate. And then some people learn woodworking, how to make furniture. There are a lot of different, auto mechanics, to engine work, paint and body, being able to do body work, repair damage from a wreck, be able to replace body parts, repair body parts, sand and paint. I mean, they got programs on all that sort of stuff. Welding, learning to be a welder, get a license to be a welder, learning welding and fitting. Got to be pretty good at math to do, to do that fitting and such. And you know, I mean, there are a lot. You can make lots of money doing that. And truck drivers. Somebody gets their CDL to be a truck driver, and they work. And they may be doing long distance haul, and they may be hauling hazmat or whatever. Make over $100,000 a year doing that. You know, I mean, in education right now, I'm retired. I'm what's called a retired rehire. So I'm working after a retirement. So I get my retirement through the state, my insurance through the state, and I get my salary teaching. So it's like a double. As long as and I could work another 10 years if I want to. There are people who are in their 70s that are still teaching and working, even administrators. I really don't want to go back into administration. I like the position I'm in right now. I mean, it's like I've got my own little unit. I've got two paraprofessionals, so they help me. They do stuff for me. They run errands for me. I mean, I really don't have to leave my class. I've got a restroom in my class. I really don't have to leave my class during the day. One of them goes out and gets lunches for everybody. I'm usually in my room on my conference period. There are usually kids in my room on my conference period, which they normally go to PE, but not everybody wants to go out to PE. I don't make them go. You know, it's just walking around in the gym. Maybe I bought a couple of basketballs. They play basketball and they do little stuff. It's not anything seriously directed. They just basically go out there and burn energy. Yes, it is. Doesn't it make the room echo, echo, echo? Hello, Belinda. I'm sorry, I've been talking about career education and different programs and stuff. And Uncle Al would say I'm off topic. I guess I'm on a tangent. He used to say, off on a tangent, or off in the woods, or off in the weeds, off in the grass. I'm off in the grass. I'm not on the sidewalk, I'm off in the grass. But, I will tell hardwood floors are nice, Holly. I don't have any carpeting in my house. I've got tile, and I've got plank. I've got plank in three of the four bedrooms. I've got plank. I've got tile. Bathrooms are tile. Out in the kitchen area, dining room, the living room, den area, hallways. It's all tiled. You know, the restrooms are tiled. The closet. I even tiled the closets. Each closet, the floor of each closet has got the matching tile. I did tile. And I mean, you can probably look behind me. That door needs to be painted. It's a replacement door. It needs to be painted, and it's a little bit off. This is a small project for somebody. I'm going to upgrade my lighting this summer. They've got newer lights. I'm gonna upgrade the lighting. I'm also going to put them in this room and our master bedroom. I've got a couple of rooms that don't have the track lights up. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to probably upgrade the lighting that I have in the rest of the house. The newer, flatter lighting. This is recessed lighting that I've got, but you know, have that done. Probably going to have my electrical panel replaced. That may cost $1,500. You know, I've got a list of things I need to do, and I'll get some of it done. The important stuff I'll get done this summer. You know, I'm still replacing windows. I do like 1 or 2 windows at a time, you know, and then you gotta move stuff. You gotta replace all the casing and everything when you do it. You gotta replace all the you know, you gotta have all your equipment set up, you know, with your saws and everything, and like a 2-person job. I might get a couple more windows done this summer. Living my best life at 60. Hello, Echo. I have been running your live streams, hon. I have been running your stuff. I've been running your live streams. My best to Dave. I will be running live streams tonight. Creative redundancy. Hello, CR. How are you doing, creative redundancy? Uh, 14 in the house, 13 likes. If you haven't left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I did my did 3 loads of clothes today. I did my dress slacks. I did my dress shirts. Right now I'm running underwear and such. Underwear and towels. I usually do my own clothes. The wife does the yard. Things have switched up. I used to be the one that did the yard, and I mean, I'd like, don't mess with my yard, I'd do my yard, you know. And that I would insist on, I didn't like to use the riding mower. She uses a self-propelled to cut in, and then she uses the riding mower because of the size of it. And, yeah, you gotta watch out about stuff being on the floor, toys and various things. You don't want to trip over anything. You wear socks with rainwater? Well, that sounds cool. So, the next person will be getting one of my boxes. Now, before I do that, because he's got a channel and he's got about 1,200 some odd subscribers, I'm gonna do one of my little my little tribute videos where I'll pull some images up and do some graphics, and I'll do a couple of minute video which I'll put up. That way everybody get to see what's going to happen. And my next victim, the next person is going to be getting a box from, will be Hillbilly Josh Loftus. And I'll be working on that hopefully this week or next week. You know, I told him it'll be a couple of weeks before you get yours. Right now, the one that I did for Joseph Moore, it's like 16 minutes long, premiered Wednesday. It's got 60 some odd views, 66, 67 views, you know. My view counts are down. And, but I mean, that's not bad, you know. Uncle Al, whenever he does a video, he says, I need 60 views and 60 likes. Well, you get 60 views, you might get 15 or 20 likes. because not everybody, people don't have this the gentility these days, and I'm not talking about people here, but I'm talking about a lot of people. They don't they grudgingly give likes. They don't. It's like with me, automatically first thing I do is I hit the like. Now, if it's a big channel that I'm just watching news or I'm watching something other like, um, I watch stuff on Tesla. I watch stuff on SpaceX. I watch several large channels that have like 500,000 subscribers, and I'll leave a like. I don't leave comments because there are thousands and thousands. Nobody's reading those comments. You know, they're not being read. They don't. When my channel, when I was a lot more active, and I'd put out a video, and by the end of by the end of 2 weeks, that video would have over 500 views, and you think, well, 500 views, but there'd be over 100 comments, and I would have put out, I was putting out about a video a week. So at the end of the first week, that video would have maybe 250, 300 views. By the end of the second week, it was closing in on 400 and some odd views, and get neighborhood of 500, and tend to shut off at about 500. If you go back and you look, you'll see that there was a period of time when that was happening, and I was getting, people would leave 100 comments. There'd be 100 comments. Now you gotta respond to that stuff. And if you're putting out shorts and people are leaving comments on shorts, you're doing community wall posts and people are leaving comments on community wall posts, you're doing live streams and people are leaving comments on live streams after it scrolls up. And it's like, oh, you're like 200-300, people, you're getting 200-300 comments, and it's like, well, I'm behind. I mean, yeah, I could push that little heart button on every one of them, but I mean, I'm trying to read some of the, and some of these people will leave me like paragraph long comments, and like in all honesty, you want to have the respect and you want to read that, understand what they're saying to you so you can respond to it. And a lot of times the comments are just thanking me or saying something like delicious or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'll thank you, or I appreciate you, and I'll leave a little prayer emoji, blessings, thank you, blessings. And I do that for a lot of them because they're just little blurb comments. Yoda, my friend Yoda. Hello, Dave. Yoda, Papa Vintage Cards. Now, if you want to talk about cards, you got questions about cards, you need to contact Dave in Georgia, who's going by Yoda these days. He knows cards, and I really don't have. That's not a passion of mine. Devil Dog Prepper, thank you for coming in, Devil Dog. I used to collect cards. Back in the day, I used to collect cards. I used to collect comic books. I mean, I've got a bunch of comic books that have plastic, that have like cardboard, and that plastic, plastic wrapped in plastic. You put the plastic in, seal it. Back in the day, and you keep it in a box. Made for those. Yeah, I was collecting certain series of comic books. But I hadn't been doing that. Mike, Crush Your Reviews, my friend Mike. And I'm gonna dig into the vault, and I'm gonna pull out some of my vintage classic military style MREs. And I've got MREs. I've got the real thing, and I've got the I've got a bunch that Black Dog Bob was putting out. He'd put out some good stuff, but he'd repurpose. He would buy components and he'd put them together, and he usually did a pretty good job on it. Black Dog Bob, and he had 3 different companies involved with. He was involved with Valhalla. He was involved with I don't even remember the names of stuff, but he had 3 different companies that he was, and I used to buy a lot from him. I'd buy cases, and then I'd buy those mystery boxes and such. Got lots of stuff, and I'm gonna go in and pull some of those out, and I'm gonna do some reviews this summer. I'm going to get back into doing, and I'll do a few reviews. And my reviews are not top of the line reviews. I do edit them so they're not 30 minutes long, but I just do what I do, and it's just talking about the food and everything. And I think when I do it, I'll use like my stoves where I can boil water, because the Flemish ration heaters usually do not work. So I'll just go ahead and I'll just heat the water and put a retort pouch in water to heat it. And I'll make my coffee, and I'll do it like I'm out camping. I'll use a couple of my stoves, and I'll do it on a tab, do it with tabs, and I'll do it with sterno, and I'll do a few videos of that, like out in the field type stuff. I'll enjoy doing that. I've still got another power station, Blue Eddy Model 70, that I need to unbox. It's sitting right there. I hadn't done it, and I hadn't done a proper review of the Pecron. And the wife took it, and she said worked just fine. She used it to power the 12-volt Bouge RV 12-volt refrigerator freezer. I've got a 37 liter that it's on wheels that you can wheel it around, and you can power it through solar. You can power it through 110. Yeah. So the next time she goes, she's going to use 2, because she'll go in the fall again with the daughter, and she'll use 2 12-volt fridge freezers. She said 1 wasn't enough, so she'll take a second one along. And that's something I can do, is I can basically do some videos on freeze-dried foods and reconstituting them and showing you what it's like, and really, I encourage people to acquire some. I encourage you to acquire some. Isobor, thank you for coming in, Isobor. Oh, sometimes my spelling is horrible. Oh, what did you do? Dagnabbit. Golly jeez. My liquid paper doesn't want to behave. I tell you, I'm having all sorts of stuff this evening. Dagnabbit. My own version of SHTF. Probably. Tomorrow, I ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon. It'll be coming in. I should get several of them tomorrow, and I'll do an unboxing of them during the live stream and show y'all what I got. One of the things is to buy in bulk. If it's stuff that you use, buy in bulk. I mean, I'll give you an example. I've got stuff sitting here that I never put away because, one, I've got to get back over there where there's a mess to get to it. But here's a 6-pack of Kirk's Gentle Castile soap. 6-pack. If SHTF happens, and I hope it does not, we're going to be using these, and I got some more. Same thing. Do you have replacement toothbrushes? Do you have replacement toothpaste? Do you have mouthwash? Do you have floss? I don't floss, but the wife and kid are supposed to. I know the kid does. Do you have that kind of stuff? Do you have plenty of hand sanitizer? You damn sure have a lot of bottled water. Dirty water will give you dysentery, diarrhea, dysentery. It'll kill you. And Imodium's not going to take care of it. You get the bad stuff, you better have some antibiotics available. So, yeah, as far as, you can buy water bricks. You can get 2.5 to 3 gallon water bricks that you can stack them. You can get bottles. You look at some of my older videos, stuff, like water storage. You can go back and look through, and you'll find stuff. I've got a bunch of 3 gallon, 5 gallon stackables. They're designed where I can stack like 3 high, and put drinking water in them, stuff that's been filtered, and you want to make sure that you have clean water. The water turns off. Houston had a boil warning that you better boil your water because their water's contaminated after what happened up there. They had a bad storm. There's people died. 1.5 million people were without power. Storm. Wasn't a hurricane, storm. High winds took down some power, knocked out the power. They're trying to reestablish power. Now, you're talking about a huge city that's a blue city. Houston's in Texas, but it's a blue city. It's got a lot of, now all the surrounding out in the county areas. It's got a lot of smaller communities that are very red, but blue city. And there are places like, if you've noticed where they're having a lot of this, they're insurrection, and the president was looking for votes and all this crap. It's in the big blue cities where 99% of the people, like, I was listening to some of that stuff they were talking about what's going on up in New York. Questions they asked the jurors. Questions that they asked the jurors. Of the current 12 jurors, 9 of them said they voted for Biden. Questions they asked. Nine of them volunteered that they voted for Biden. So, what my concern would be on something like that, and what you keep hearing about, and there'll be an appeal if he's convicted, And from what all I hear, they really don't have anything on him. But you can convict a sandwich. You can convict a sandwich up there. And what they want to be able to say is he's a felon because they're calling it a felony. Then what they're accusing him of, they have declared it to be a felony. It's not a felony. It's not even a misdemeanor. But they're plus it's out of date for them filing it. But they don't care, you know. And they just want to be able to say that he was convicted of a felony, so that they can say he's a felon running for president. Because they think there will be some people who will not vote for him if he's convicted. And there would be some people who are stupid enough not to vote for him because he was convicted up in a New York court. You know. Same thing in Washington, D.C., where it's like 90+% Democrat voting. Do you think he could get a, and they asked for a change of venue. They're not going to get a change of venue. They didn't get a change of venue in New York. Uh-oh. He's talking about politics. It's going to come up on the algorithm. Bad. Talking about politics. Maybe I need to say it's comedy. Well, it is comedy. It's like a comedy of errors. This is comedy talk. I'm having comedy. Yeah, way past the past. Yep. Yep. Just about anything you get is going to be plastic. You get bottled water, you get the gallons, it's plastic. You do not want to use a milk carton and put water in it after it's had milk. You don't want to do that. You can reuse and you can refill a gallon jug that was with water in it. If it was a water jug, you can refill it. And I would encourage you to acquire a supply of them. Drink the water. I don't drink tap water, so all we drink is bottled water. So I keep a good supply of it, and usually drinking half liters. But we'll use like the gallon of water for like making coffee and various things, And so I don't reuse the half liters. I don't refill the half liters, but I do refill the gallon jugs. And then I've got a bunch of long-term storage, like the 3 gallon, the 5 gallons, stackables, and I have them stacked. I normally will stack two. They're too high for the 5 gallons, and they're 3 high for the 3 gallons. And I've got a supply of those. But it's important that you have a good supply of water. You need to have a good supply of non-refrigerated food, like canned goods and such, stuff that you will eat. I'd buy a bunch of crackers. I eat lots of crackers. I go to the store. You pay less than $2 for a box of crackers. Go buy yourself 5-6 boxes of crackers. You got it in a rotation. You're going to eat them eventually. I eat lots of crackers. It goes with soup, and it goes with chili, and it goes with stuff salads. I have a salad. I have soup. I have chili. I'm eating crackers. I'm eating, beans, like a 3-bean chili, like vegetarian stuff. I'm eating just, brown beans, or I'm eating brown rice, whatever. I'm eating crackers with it. You don't have to spend a lot of money to eat. You don't. Nowadays, want to go buy a burger combo, you're going to spend $12, $13 for a burger combo. I can eat brown rice. I can eat chili with crackers for less than $5, and that's a retort pouch of each. Plus my crackers, and I'm drinking a bottle of water with lemonade in it, or grape juice, or tea, or whatever. less than $5. And I guarantee you it's healthier for you probably than that burger you're eating out, which I had for lunch. Burger, fries, and a drink. So you've been monetized for about a year. That's congratulations. Yeah, and you'll still feel hungry. And yes, Holly, water is life. Water is life. That is true. So there's a lot going on in the news. One of the things I said I was going to start doing is I would start probably putting out on a daily basis a little, and it's not a short, but it will be short. It'll be a video, but it'll be short. I'm going to probably start putting out a little 2, 3 minute, 4 minute, no longer than 5. A little, I may call it, I might call it Taco Talk News, and it'll be, or I might call it Coffee Talk News, and it'll be me talking about the current news, what's going on, my take, the conservative old school take on news, like we talk about stuff. And think about this. You want me to get your blood pressure up and pissed off? The money that we're sending overseas, we're borrowing money from China, who's loaning us money to send money overseas as the national debt grows at $35 trillion. And the last time I looked, each man, woman, and child, and there's almost 350 million of us, each man, woman, child, baby, whoever, if we wanted to pay off the national debt, each of us owe 102,000 and some odd dollars. 102,000 and some odd dollars. And it's growing. So I have a heart. The scriptures talk about, the Jewish people, Israeli people, the Hebrew people. The Lord said, I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. I do not curse Jews. I bless Jews. I want to help Jews. I grew up with them. The affluent Jews would send their kids to Catholic school. There wasn't a Jewish school around, so they sent them to Catholic school. And I grew up with some of them. Some of them were snobbish. Some of them had their hair, their nose up in the air, and there were some were standoffish. But I don't bless them. And thank people who are responders. Thank them. Law enforcement, paramedics, EMS. Heck, there was a situation here a while back. A couple of police officers in EMS emergency tech were shot and killed trying to respond to a call for help. Somebody had a gun and started shooting, and they killed one of the ambulance techs, the EMS workers, killed 2 police officers. There was a situation. They were serving a warrant. Was it South Carolina someplace? They're trying to serve a warrant on somebody. They had a team over there. Something like 8 officers got shot. 4 of them died. 8 officers got shot just recently. Back before Barack Obama, you would hear very little about an officer being shot anywhere. People didn't step over that. Very rarely did people step over that line. Did you hear about an officer being shot? How frequently does it happen now, especially in the blue cities? These nuts They have no reason to live. They don't respect God. They don't value. They don't believe in God. They don't respect God. They don't believe in our God. They don't have an upbringing. They're savages. Look at how they are. They're savages. Yeah, shorts don't make money. It's just views, views and likes. And you may pick up subscribers with shorts. I've picked up a few subscribers with shorts. I was picking up a lot of subscribers coming into my live streams. They would subscribe me, I would subscribe them. I'd go over and look at a couple of their shorts, leave comments, or look at a video and leave comments, to make a connection. And they would, and that's how I was picking up subscribers. And I was at the point where I was over, before I started live streaming, I was already over 1,000 subscribers before I started live streaming. So, has live streaming helped me? Well, like I said, early January I was at 1,511 subscribers. Right now I'm at 1,562. I pick up a couple, I drop a couple. I haven't had a burst recently, but 50 subscribers in a period of 5 months. Does that sound like I'm growing? So I'm at the point right now where I need to get through this coming week, finish out the school year. I'll have 2.5 months off. I'm going to roll back in. I've got stuff to do around the house that need to be done. I'm going to work on my channel. I'm going to work on my preps. I'm going to do some videos where I break down the use of certain things. I'll do some how-to videos. And I'll still be putting up my boxes. And I'm getting ready to change up what I'm putting in my boxes. I think I'm going to put some water purification, first aid kits in my boxes. I'm going to change up a little bit, And I'm going to use the same size box and fill it up. But I'm going to change some of what I'm putting in them, So, and I'm still going to be doing a 1,600 subscriber giveaway. If you want to qualify, leave a like and a supportive comment in each of the last 5 videos. Videos, not shorts, not live streams, not community wall posts. Each of the last 5 videos that I release to the point when I hit that 1,600. And you'll be in the drawing. And this time, it's probably not going to be that many channels in the drawing. If you've won before, you can win again. If I've given you a box before, you can get my goodie box that I give out to winners, which is a little bit bigger. Has the difference right now is, like, I would have a first aid kit in it. It'd be what I put out to guys that you look at what I've been putting out. It would also have, it'd be a little bit bigger box, and it'd have a nice first aid kit in it. So I've had 20 channels come in tonight, identify themselves. I'm at the point right now. So you're going to batch record a bunch of videos over the break. Batch record. No, I'm just going to go along as I'm doing it. I'll just be doing more because I won't be working. What I do on the weekend, I'll do on a daily basis. That's what I'm going to do, CR. I'm going to put out more regular content. And I'm also going to start doing a little news blurb. I'll start putting out a little news blurb video. And it'll be my take on a few things going on. recommendations on a few things going on. Prepper related stuff to that. Like something happens, and I'll be talking about power stations. I'll be talking about solar power, having portable, having a folding panel that you can use to recharge a smaller or a medium-sized power station. And the power station you will use for recharging devices and lights, and having a 12-volt fan, which runs on about 25 watts an hour. So if you have a device and power goes out, you have a 12-volt fan. I keep one down here. I got 3 of these, one for each of us. And I can run it on low. It runs at 25 watts an hour. So what does that mean? In an 8-hour overnight, I got the thing running on low. It's going to use 200 watts of power. Now, if you're dealing with the power station that's like a 600 watt power station, 200 watts means it'll use about a third of the battery overnight, and then you recharge it during the day. You know, the idea is that you've got sunlight during the day. Matter of fact, it's coming into summertime, so you'll have your maximum output. I've got 8 panels on my patio roof. Maybe I need to show some more footage of that. But I got 8 panels on my patio roof, and I've got it wired in through my attic down into my kitchen under a cabinet, and I've got a splitter on it, so I can basically be charging 4 panels charging my battery bank, and I can have 4 channels charging a power station, you know. And you know, that's something good to have, to be able to do. You need to have alternate power sources. Like, okay, you have a generator. Say you got one that runs on gas, or a dual purpose that runs on gas and propane. If you've got one that will run on gas and propane, I would say just running on propane. It will be a lot kinder to the engine. It'll run better. It'll run longer. The life of it will be longer if you just run it with propane. Gas will be hard on it. And then make sure you're doing those oil changes. It tells you every so many hours do an oil change. You better have the stuff to do oil changes, and make sure you keep track of it and do those oil changes. And then the other thing I would tell you to do is that if you are running a unit like that, have 2 of them and alternate them. You run it for several hours till it runs out of fuel. Instead of just refueling it and turning it right back on, have a second one and use that one and alternate them. That way you give it a breather. You give them a breather. But then the other thing you need to know is that they're making a lot of noise. So people will know, and you're not running them inside. You need to run those outside. And they're making noise. 24 hours a day, they're making noise. Everybody in the neighborhood will know you're running them. Got to think about that. Do you want people to know that's what you're doing? Well, that's cool, Holly. I appreciate it. That's good. You have a ministry going there, Holly. It's a ministry. Like teaching is a ministry. The term rabbi means teacher. When they talk about the Jewish rabbis, right now I'm reading. This is a Haley Bible. This is a Haley Bible. It's a study Bible. You've heard of Haley Bible Handbook? Well, I wanted to get a replacement. They came out with this, 1,700 pages. Haley Bible. Right now, if I open it, this is the type of stuff you see. It's got commentary. It's got lots of pictures, images of stuff, the same way a Haley handbook would have, a Haley Bible handbook would have. Very nice. I paid $35 for this. Ordered it on Amazon. Very nice. This is NIV, New International Version. When I was taking classes through Howard Payne, back in the days, an associate pastor at First Baptist in Corpus was teaching classes, and I was taking like survey Old Testament, survey New Testament, survey letters. I was taking, scripture classes. It's like historical classes of scripture. At one time, when I was working on my history degree, and those were some of the classes I was taking. And we used Haley Bible Handbook, and we used an NIV Bible. Well, we're all becoming older people. We're all aging. I look at the kids today, and you think about it. We're all aging. Hopefully, we will continue to age. Watching shorts about people, how old they live to be. A lot of people, more and more people are living to be 100. Centenarians, They used to talk about octogenarians, like you live to be 80. I'd settle for 90. I'd like to live to be 90. My father's two brothers lived to be 90. My father was a big tobacco user, so affected him. I'm not. Excuse me. And thank you if you said bless you. Yeah, the King James Version and the New King James Version. I've got King James Version. I had gifted to me a real nice leather King James Version, which I basically use as a family Bible. Got a real nice custom Bible cover for it. But I use NIV, and I use New King James, and right now I'm using this Haley oops can you see Haley Haley Study Bible. I'm working my way through, and and that's something else you need. You need written materials. You need books that are. I haven't read this one. I got this one in. I ordered this one on Amazon. I ordered a lot of stuff on Amazon. This is a Prepper's Medical Manual, the Ultimate Readiness Guide for Medical Emergencies in Disaster Situations, by James C. Jones, co-founder of Live Free USA, and it's called the Prepper Medical Manual. And it's got lots of, I'm very bad at this, got lots of pictures and illustrations in it. And I forget what I paid for it. I need to read it. Oh, I paid about $20 for it. Paid about $20 for it. I get free delivery with Prime. So let's see. I talked about religion. I talked about politics. Talked about prepping. What else did I talk about? I give a lot of opinions. Guess I got the algorithm set with me again. I think I'm on the S list of the algorithm. Shadow band, or whatever you want to call it. it is what it is. So I will try to put out another short. In the morning, I'll get my tacos and I'll do one of those little shorts where I show stuff and talk a little bit instead of with the music. What I was doing was I was shooting image shots and expanding them to about 5 seconds each, and then not saying anything and just putting it to music. But I'll talk a little bit on it, and I'll do another one of those tomorrow. I'll try to do a community wall post, and I'll shout out the channels that we're in. I've had 20 channels come through and identify themselves tonight. I'll probably have a few more channels come in overnight, you know, and say they missed it. Yeah, I see some people who normally come in that aren't here. And they'll come in and, you know, they'll leave some comments. I'll plan on being back tomorrow at 7 Central Time for another. Yeah, plastic. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate you. You know, if what you're planning on doing is you're planning on having 3 or 4 cases, 24 packs or 40 packs or whatever, of bottled water, if that's what you want to have, and you're going to have, say, 8 or 10 gallons in plastic jugs, I would say get those 8 or 10 gallons and use them and then refill them. And if you can, just keep every week buying a couple of gallons of water. A gallon of water now costs anywhere from $1 to $1.15 brand new, and get the kind that have carry handles so you can carry a couple of them. And I would basically just say try to build up your water supply. Get to the point where you got 20, 30, 40, 50 gallons more of stored water. Good clean water, your go-to drinking water to consume, you know. And good night, Melinda. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Isobar. So I will plan on being back tomorrow. Every day that you wake up, thank God for the day. Start off with a prayer. Say the Lord's Prayer. It is the Lord's Prayer. Think about the day. When you're drinking your cup of coffee, think about the day. Make a list of what you need to do. Plan. You know, have a budget. Have a written budget. Know what you have coming in, know what you have going out. Try to save a little money. And basically budget for your preps. Budget to buy preps over a period of time. You're prepping when you buy a little bit extra of what you eat. Try to buy an extra couple of cans. Build up a supply. You want to do that. And think about it. Think about your medication. Do you have a supply of your medication? You need to put it on that list. Have a good solar powered or crank radio. Have a couple of good flashlights with spare batteries or something you can plug into a charger. You know. Have a good first aid kit. Real good first aid kit. Having means to boil water. Right now, tax, title, and license on the road, $12, $13. Flat. You burn canned heater, sterno in it. That'll boil your water. Heat your water. You can use that inside. You don't want to use these inside. Actually, right now I could get these for $9. You go online, Amazon, right on $9. They'll come with 24 tabs. You buy the extra tabs, an extra pack of tabs for $5. You want to have These you use outside because they stink. You don't want to use those inside. But it's a means to heat water. You got to boil water to reconstitute freeze-dried foods. You know, you get like a pack of freeze-dried food, you know, with meals in it. You got to have hot boiling water to reconstitute it. You want hot coffee, you got to be able to boil that water, heat that water up. You got to think about stuff like that. The Scouts, now they're changing their name. It used to be the Boy Scouts of America when I was back in the day. The Scouts have the motto, be prepared. Different organizations have mottos, and be prepared. I was a Scout. And my father used to help out, and he'd go along to, he enjoyed it. I was a boy. Be prepared. Preparedness. That's what prepping is preparedness. You're preparing for emergencies. Now, are you preparing for the end of the world? You could be. There's going to be a lot of tribulation before the Lord returns. You could be prepping for that. Or you could be preparing for when a hurricane comes and knocks out the power for a week, like it did in Victoria here a few years ago. Didn't have power for a week, didn't have running water for several days. Got to be prepared for that. Got to think about that. Yeah, they are. There are people who are, like, they're displacing homeless and veterans. Estimates right now I've seen, don't quote me, there may be 600,000 U.S. citizens that are homeless. They have drug problems. That big cities, you know, like places like Los Angeles and Chicago and New York City, San Francisco, big places. They have 50, 60,000 homeless people living there, and they try to take care of their homeless. Well, homeless people are getting displaced for illegals. That's happening, and they're giving them cell phones. They're giving them debit cards with money on it. You know, they're basically taking care of them. They're putting their kids in school to educate them. We're having to pay for that. A lot of the blue cities are really going in debt, and they're basically lowering the numbers of emergency workers they have. They're cutting back on other areas to come up with money for this stuff to try to completely not blow out the budget. And they're starting to cry about, well, we're a sanctuary city, but help us, you know. And I don't have a lot of you know, you can't be a country if you don't have borders. If you can't control your borders, you're not a country. So, and property tax, yeah, like in Texas, my property taxes, they said that my lot, which is a little less than an acre, they had it valued at $13,000. Now they're saying it over from last year to this year. Now they're saying it's worth $88,000, just the lot. And they're saying that my structure, my building, my home, is worth $40,000 less. But my tax will go up because the value between the house and the lot and everything, the property, the entire property, has gone up. So they're going up $40,000 on my property. The value of it. That's as you devalue money, it takes more money to buy stuff. And right now the interest rate here in Texas is like 7%. Well, nationwide it's like 7%. Think about that. Think about that. So anyway, I will plan on being back tomorrow, 7 p.m. for another edition of Coffee Talk. I encourage you, look at my, if you haven't hit the notifications bell, please hit the notifications bell. Look at my community wall post. I shout out folks. Appreciate you guys. Look at what I put, look at the images I put up. Look at my shorts. If you're not looking at my shorts, it doesn't take you long to look at a short. Please leave a like and a comment. It'd be appreciated. And then as I leave videos, and I've done a few videos here and there recently, please leave me a like and a support comment on my videos. If you're wanting to give me watch time, run a playlist. You can run my shorts playlist. It's got about 120 shorts on it. It will take you a couple hours to run that playlist, but that will give me 120 views, you know, and I appreciate that. I am not monetized, but I'm planning on getting monetized. I'll do the paperwork this summer, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about those little checks that will start coming in eventually. You gotta earn $100 of their money before they send you a check. And the way I bring in money for them, you know, you go on to view the statistics and such. I'd be starving to death if I was depending on them for money. So I'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. I appreciate you. Everybody have a blessed day. Life is good, but it is what it is. Say your prayers. Be kind to one another. And God bless you. Bye.